Coffee cup.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 1 Million Cups, a Kauffman Foundation event where once a week we get together for 1 million cups of coffee around the world and help small business owners and leaders with their operations and their challenges. Today we're going to be presenting 1 Million Cups Taste Finder, but before we do, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge our sponsor for today, our coffee sponsor. Has something to do with sales, I'm not quite sure.
Nice.
Katie, please come up.
Off you go. Good morning, 1 Million Cups.
Morning.
I am Katie Nelson, and I am the founder of Sales Uprising. Now, today we're going to hear from TasteFinder, and I'll let you guys talk all about what you do, but ultimately it has to do with finding what you want from a food perspective, I think. Now, in business, we are constantly on the search for things like, say, good referrals. Yes? Referrals are the best business you can get. Now, what I would tell you is that when you're first starting out in your business, referrals are difficult to come by. If your business plan states that what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a bunch of referrals, your bank account is going to sit there and stay empty. At the end of the day, what you really need to do is be able to close a sale. If you want good referrals, you need to be able to clearly explain who you are, what you do, and who you do it for. And ask for the business, just like you would ask for a good referral. So, if you know any small businesses who are having difficulty with saying who they are, what they do, and who they do it for, please have them come see me at Sales Uprising, and I will help them get their dollars in the bank. Thank you. Have a lovely day. Cheers.
Now, like all great organizations, it's not one person who stands up and puts this together, it's a group of people every week. So at this time, I'd like to take a moment and have all the organizers please step up here to the front and please introduce yourselves to the group.
Dave Morrell, 4 Steps Ahead Business Advisory Services.
Jen Dalton, Brand Mirror.
Tony Barnett with Recor Information Systems.
Hi, John Yu with Office Evolution.
Russ McIntosh, Vision Idea Design.
Okay, thank you.
You're so small.
As I said earlier, please, if you haven't already done so, log into the 1 Million Cups app. You can find it on your app store. Once you're logged in, we'll have acknowledgement that you were here beyond the photo up front. And you'll also be able to go ahead and make comments. Additionally, plus the app, you'll note that you have note cards in front of you. Please, any suggestions or ideas that you have during the course of the presentation, jot them down. But please also make sure that you put on your contact information so our presenters can follow up with you later on. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce you to Janaka. Janaka. Sorry, I'll remember it next week, I'll promise. It's the way this thing works. So I'd like to introduce you to Janaka with TasteFinder, and thank you.
Okay. Morning, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. How's everybody doing today? Good. All right. Okay, let's get started with TasteFinder. Well, I'm Janaka. I'm the CEO of TasteFinder, and this is my brother, Sitara, and he's my COO. We do have a CTO, Nen. He's overseas in Vietnam, so he can't join us today, but he does wish us well. So we're here to talk to you about what TasteFinder does. Why is it the best app that you will be downloading today? So, we've all been here. Today, if you go in the market looking for a restaurant to go to, you always take a look at reviews. And there's a bunch of sites that you have to check out reviews. You have Yelp, you have Google, you have TripAdvisor, so many platforms, right? So, and also if you go look for saving money, you got Groupon, Valpak, Restaurant.com. Again, a lot of choices. If you want to order food, oh my God, there's so many platforms. Grubhub, Caviar, DoorDash, Uber Eats, right? And then you have also, if you're gonna do table reservation, you got Open Table and some other platforms that are coming up. Events, where do you find happy hours? You know, like Facebook events to Google So it's all over the place. Average person takes 10 to 15 minutes to find the right restaurant, and this is from our research that we did. That's simply because today, if you take a look at reviews, you got to read the whole thing to find out what's going on, right? We've all been here. It's frustrating. Too many solutions. And TasteFinder is here to make it very simple for you.
So why are we qualified to talk about this problem? We've actually been small business owners, which is, as we know, the heart of our restaurant industry. And we've also built and operated Food Express, which is similar to Grubhub for the Northern Virginia area. So we've had multiple years of experience owning and operating restaurants, and we understand the pain points of the customer as well as the business owner, the small business owner. So with TasteFinder, we're trying to address this. So what is our solution? We are the Expedia for food. So what do I mean by that? We have 4 key functions in our app. We have search by dish, find cuisine, coupons, and things to do. So search by dish, no one in the industry is doing this. So let's say, for example, you're looking for miso soup. So you go to search by dish, enter your miso soup you're looking for. So we give you great value and key decision points. For example, we give you price comparison. We give you all the reviews, coupons available, and also how many restaurants are serving that item near you. So you can actually, let's say you click on this, you get a bunch of restaurants that are serving that dish. And again, this is all near you, and it shows you the distance, driving and walking, and again, bunch of key points that makes it simpler and easy for you.
Right, so just to one additional point is that, did you know there's 48 restaurants that carry miso soup in Washington, D.C.? No, you didn't. The average person only knows about 3 to 4 restaurants that carry your food item. For us, our job is to make sure that you have all the information right up front when you search for it. And here it's sorted by price, and you can actually do further sorting by the reviews or anything like that, but nobody in the industry does this for the food industry. Nobody. And we're the first one to do it. And you can do all the comparison right there, reviews, coupons, everything. Walking and driving distance, like my brother just said.
So what is, let's say you don't know what you're looking for, maybe you don't know the dish. That's fine, that's normal. You go to Find by Cuisine and you can search for any cuisine you would like for that day. American, Thai, you name it. There are like 500 cuisine types now or something like that, a ridiculous amount. So this gives you a bunch of restaurants, a lot of restaurants, again, location based near you. For this example is DC. That gives you, that serves that cuisine that you're looking for. So it gives, and then you click on a restaurant and it gives you restaurant information, opening hours, email, phone number, and eventually we're gonna have online ordering integrated with this for different platforms like Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats as well. So you can have all the information you need in the palm of your hand.
Coupons. Well, everybody loves saving money. So what we wanted to do was actually get restaurants to be able, wanting to give coupons, and obviously the customers are able to redeem it right then and there without having to go to different platforms. So we figured out a way for to break the restaurants off of restaurant.com and Groupon into our platform, and we want to present it something in a similar fashion that you can redeem it right then and right as it's available for your favorite restaurant. So that's the partnerships that we're working right now. This will be available, and this is how the coupon's gonna look for you to redeem. Things to do. Now this is a very unique proposition, like I said before. How do you know happy hours near to you, trivia nights, or any game nights, or anything that's happening near you? There's not really a platform today that exists that gives you that information based on your location. So what we're doing is actually, we're getting the restaurants to, we're doing that now, but eventually the restaurants are going to advertise here, not advertise, put their information here so that you can figure out where the nearest happy hour, trivia night, or game night, or anything that's happening near your location. So you can actually make plans to go with your friends or by yourself. figure out a way to, it's an easier way to figure out where you are, what you want to do based on that day. So, reviews. Well, the app is not complete unless there's food reviews. So we have a unique 3-step food review process. What does that mean is that we are, this is our food review thing, and you must take a picture in order to do a review. And it's a 3-level review, meaning that you have to review the food quality, service, and ambience. So that way, when somebody's reading a review, you can make a quick decision right away, rather than reading the entire paragraph of what you have to say. Those are the 3 key things that you're looking for anyway. How's the service? How's the food? And do I really want to go sit there, or is it a hole-in-the-wall kind of place, right? You don't need any more information. If you need that, you can make a quick decision. So that's what we're doing. And we haven't forgotten about the restaurant industry either. I told you that in the beginning that we're gonna, I didn't actually, but I wanted to tell you that we're connecting restaurants and users together in one platform. Well, here's the restaurant piece. When I was owning my pizza place, I had 4, with the emergence of delivery technology, I had 4 tablets. Delivery.com, Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. About 5 o'clock or so, I'm having to play musical chairs because one after another, and then you have to actually accept it, put the order in. Such a hassle, because you literally have to have one person dedicated just for that. Well, what we're doing is actually consolidating all of that into one tablet. So, and also each tablet takes, space, just like that. So we're going to be consolidating all that into one place. So all of those orders, they come into our portal, and we're going to present it very easy way so that restaurants can get that order, enter it into their system, and do it. So that way, actually, we don't have to have one person dedicated just to do that. So it's going to be much more organized, concise way to do it. So how do we make money? This is all good. This is all nice, very useful. But at the end of the day, how do we make money? Well, we have a business model that consists of subscription model. So we're actually starting as a starting point for about $35 a month order consolidation. So if you have the equipment, right? So you gotta have a tablet, and you gotta have a wireless printer, and if you have that, we'll give it to you, the access to do the order consolidation for starting out, $35. And then you also have the restaurant subscription fee, meaning that you get to manage your online presence in our platform for $35 a month, meaning that doing coupons, uploading pictures, professional pictures of the food, and maintaining your online presence. And then we haven't actually built all of this reservation, online ordering, ticket sales so far, but we are actually going to be building that as we move forward. And that's our business model, and that's how we plan to make money.
So what's our unique value proposition? So we are an end-to-end solution for both the customers and also, like I said, the business owners. So we are the first go-to app for consolidation, all these key factors that customers need and also the restaurant wants in one platform. And then we're trying to decrease the labor that, for restaurants in the back end for these order delivery consolidation, open table, and all these different apps out there into one platform, so they can manage their workload a lot easier.
So what are we here for? So we have aggressive goals. We want to hit 10,000 users by the end of December. It's very aggressive, and we already know that, but we believe we have enough value proposition to push for that kind of user download. And on top of that, we're also building our web portal, so meaning that we're going to have web presence by the end of June or beginning of July. So you can, will be similar to Yelp, where you can actually either use the website or our app. So all the data will be synced. we have 10,000 users that we are pushing to either download or subscribe to us through web. And as for restaurants, we want to at least have 250 restaurants partner with us on the order consolidation. It's a very doable goal, aggressive for a startup within the 6 months, but we need some ideas of PR and some branding. You know, how we can get that, like, boots on the ground, and how do we push that forward. And we're starting that in May, so we want to get some feedback on how we're going to push that. This is our contact information. We also have business cards that we will pass out to you guys, and that's TasteFinder.
Well, gentlemen, so I'm going to be the moderator for the session. So your job is to answer the questions.
Absolutely.
My job is to find out who's asking the questions.
Okay.
And kind of herd the cats relative to who went, when, where, and so on and so forth. So 2 things for those of us in the audience. Perfect. And I will step out of the bright light in a moment. 2 things for the folks on the audience. Please share, even though I know the vast majority of your names at this point, please share your name and the name of your company so the speakers can understand who you are. And just raise your point, be succinct, and also use the cards in front of you to jot down your thoughts and questions for follow-up, because our presenters will actually have copies of the cards afterwards. Tony.
First question, Tony with Recourse Systems. You're drawing right now the information. Are you getting the information directly from each restaurant, or are you getting it from other sources and pulling it in? Because during your presentation, I downloaded your app, installed it. I like the interface, but I'm trying to figure out where the current restaurants that you have there, and that's popping up by my location.
Right.
Where are you getting that information from them?
We are scraping data right now. So and we're making it easier for us to, because we can't go to the restaurants right now and have them. It's going to take a longer time. So we need to make our technology work. In order for me to give you 48 restaurants for DC, we got to be able to scrape some data. For right now, we're doing scraping.
Okay.
But we're going to stop and have the restaurants do it once we are at a level that restaurants want to do that. But to start, we got to get it like that.
Chris and then Barry.
Excuse me, Chris Tomseth, I don't know, international man of mystery. Question for you guys is, I don't know what your cost structure is like, but have you considered potentially, instead of that revenue model initially, giving it away to the restaurants for free in order to produce kind of trial? Secondly, you could get, in exchange for giving it to the restaurants for free, have them offer some incentive to the diner, like a buy one, get one free, that would then stimulate kind of consumer demand.
Absolutely, that's exactly the route that we're actually going. We are doing to get the restaurant signed up for us, especially for coupon, we're giving it for free. Like, no subscription fee for now. I just need you to put your coupon so that people can redeem it whenever they want, right? We need the word and we need them to get going. And as for the restaurant order consolidation, we do have a free trial, and we have about 5 restaurants that are in our pilot that's ready to go when we finish our work next month. So after that 5, we're gonna fix all the bugs and get it out, and then we'll do a free trial, and then once they're satisfied, we can go to charge them. And that's exactly the route that we're taking.
Barry had a question.
Barry Fake with Executive Advisors. Forgive me for being picky-uni, but I want you to tell me how you mean us to understand the word acquire. You want to acquire 250 restaurants.
Right.
You've got a criteria in your mind. Will you expand and explain to us what it is you mean by acquire, so that it'll help you get where you want to get?
I can take that. So acquire means really what you kind of alluded to before, getting our product in front of restaurant owners, especially the consolidation, giving them a pilot program of 3 months, and let them give us feedback. So really getting, again, our product out there, getting people acknowledge what TasteFinder is.
So, to elaborate further, we want by December 31st, we want 250 restaurants in the pipeline, either paying or ready to pay. Starting 6 months, after the 3-month period. That's a pipeline of 250 restaurants. That's what we meant by acquire.
Deb and then Joe.
Deb Cohen, management consultant.
Yeah.
So you make your money on the restaurant side. On
That's
the
correct.
individual side, you're not going to charge a fee for people to have the app and use it.
That is correct. There's no fee at the moment.
Okay, so one suggestion on the individual side, if coupons are a big deal. So Groupon, people are oftentimes driven to an extreme sense by Groupon. I have a friend who will drive 30 miles
Right.
just to be able to use that, which is ridiculous. But if people are driven by things like that, you need to then maybe go to that source. So think about putting a coupon on Groupon that says free, and here's the app, since you're not going to charge them anyway. So people go to Groupon a lot.
Right.
And here's this free thing, download this app, and you can't, because that's why they use Groupon, for things to do and for restaurants. And that's going to the source of, and it may or may not, it may stimulate restaurants as well, but certainly it would stimulate the individual.
Thank you very much. That's actually something I didn't.
Saw the light bulb go on.
Yeah, it did. Thank you so much. That is wonderful advice. Thank you.
So, Jen.
I have so many questions.
Yes.
For reviews, so
Yes.
one of the concerns restaurants have are Yelp reviews.
Yes.
Is that a message that you tried to use around, hey, get reviews that are, like, how are your reviews ranked? And is that something that restaurants would find appealing?
Yes. So for us, we're all about, so we're thinking about the future, right? So Yelp, you can either include the picture or not. You don't have an option with us. You have to include your picture before you do the reviews. So people do, restaurants do find it very appealing because, and not only that, the 3-tier review, they actually really like it because that way they can, restaurant owners don't have a lot of time. When they get a bad review, they're like, okay, I gotta read this, and where is it happening, right? So I get this story, but I wanna know if is it service, is it the food, or is it something else, right? You're gonna know real quickly. So that's some feedback that's coming directly to the restaurant with the picture saying, okay, this is what was wrong, and they can fix it right away. So,
Also, to add to that, a big problem with Yelp, and they're struggling now, is, and we as a small business owner understand that, is there's a lot of fake reviews. And there's
Fake reviews and negative reviews,
Correct.
and Yelp puts those top, so
Correct.
you pay to join to get them.
Exactly, and that's
you get that.
Yeah.
We had the same problem actually.
You had the same problem.
We paid
Yeah.
to suppress that, and that's one of the reasons we
Annoying.
actually included this.
Yeah.
But eventually, we're actually gonna get away from the negative reviews and actually just kind of not presenting it to the users, but I'm saying that it's gonna be more helpful for the restaurants to take action. So we're actually eventually gonna build it in a way that they actually take action rather than just like helpful feedback.
Criticism,
Yeah.
instead of just destroying your business.
Yeah.
So if you get a negative review on the back end, there could be a way for a restaurant to set up a coupon to say, we're so sorry you had a bad experience, please come back on us, but automate that piece potentially.
Exactly, something like that. Not built yet, but when we have.
So please remember to state your name and your company name.
How you doing, Jamal Hammett, Allen Hammett Inc. I just want to address your need for 10,000 downloads. If you haven't explored the option already, I've ran Facebook marketing campaigns that targeted app downloads for general geographic location, demographic, what have you. Could hit 10,000 easily in the metropolitan area, and then you can track it as well. And then as far as you want to acquire the restaurants, are you plugged into the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington?
Okay, so
That'd be a great referral partner. They're plugged into every restaurant in the DMV.
Got it.
what was the second?
We're writing them down on cards and we'll
Restaurant
do it.
Oh, okay, got it.
Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington.
To answer your first question, Facebook marketing, yes, we have tried that. Through our data, as you know, we're a startup. We don't have a lot of capital. Our data suggests it's about $13.66 per download, dollars per download. And you can see how that adds up to 10,000 meetings. We're going to be like millions of dollars in debt. So unfortunately, we have to explore our grassroots and local communities to help us out.
You said $3 a lead?
13.
Yeah. Because I've done it for a restaurant at less than $1, and they had to hire a second person to take on the extra business. It depends on how you structure your demographic and how targeted your leads are.
Right. Actually, speaking of Facebook, so I'm actually plugged into a lot of groups. In Facebook, there's like one foodie group that has 36,800
Northern Virginia
members.
foodies.
Yes. I mean, it's everybody. Yeah, I know Andrew. And we're working with Andrew to be the main app sponsor. But I just don't know how can we incentivize in that group to get downloads. Like, this is a great thing because I've seen a lot of posts saying, hey, where to go find all this stuff. And there was a thread about a month ago or 2 months ago where they're just talking about where do we find good deals. It was such a long discussion page. So the other thing is, like, if you guys have any feedback on how do I incentivize somebody to download an app through a group by posting there, I would be really awesome, because I'm plugged into a bunch of groups totaling 135,000 people that I can get in front of. I just don't know what incentivizes them to download it.
So we've got about 5 in the queue right now, which right now is Tony, Joe, Russ, Ken, and Michael. Tony, please start.
So this goes back, we're in the same channel here. Search engine optimization. One of the things that, I travel enough that, whenever I go someplace, I always look at, where's the best food, where's this, what are the top 10 restaurants in this area. When you do that on Google or DuckDuckGo or any other, the first ones that come up, the first things that come up have nothing to do at all with the restaurants in the area. It's Yelp, OpenTable, and the others. I think that if, I know you're bootstrapping, but if you can find the investment or find the investors to get a good, and I mean really good SEO company to get you up in those first 4 or 5, then what happens is people look, they may know OpenTable, but if they see you 3 or 4 on that list, that will get you to that 10,000 quickly, because people just out of the sacred are going to push on it to find out. They're going to sit there and be curious what it is. They see it's a free app, they download it, and it gives you that area. And you can have it focused to just the northern or the DC area.
DC area, okay.
Because that way, you'll be at the top in that area. Yes, it's an investment, but you'll get your return a lot faster. You can do a lot of guerrilla marketing, a lot of grassroots stuff, but ultimately the effort is not going to be worth as much as if you just invest in a really good SEO company who can get you in those top 3 or 4.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
Joe Barrett, Sir Alexis. We are a management consulting company, amongst other things. So, email. You don't have a corporate email?
We don't.
You one had an MSN and one had something else.
Yeah, that's my personal. I just put it out for events like this.
Yeah,
so we do have a TasteFinderApp email address. I didn't put it.
So when you meet with a customer, perspective, whether it be an owner, restaurant, or Joe Barrett as prospective user of your app, you exchange business card. Do you have an email that says such and such at tastefinder.com?
No, not tastefinder.com. We have gmail.com.
Where I'm going with this is, you may not have that today, but that should be priority number 1.
Okay.
Because nothing turns somebody off.
And if you can't get TasteFinder,
it just comes across. Again, you put a lot of work into developing this app, right? Developing a website, building this business. One does not want to look cheap, flimsy.
Right.
So that's just a suggestion thought. I saw it up there. It's like, is this a part-time thing? Is this his pet project?
No.
Is this what you guys do?
I didn't think about that. This is actually, we spend pretty much full time on this, doing the work. Thank you. I didn't even actually think about that.
Make this a step further. So, if everyone might just role play for a second in terms of, I'm a restaurant owner. I own a hamburger joint, whatever, in Vienna here. Let's hear it. Let's hear the pitch.
Okay.
Okay, actually, you know what, we're going, because we have so many questions.
Yeah, so I'd like to hear that if we could, if you want to save time towards the end, or maybe offline or whatever. But
Sure.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that afterwards, but we need to
Okay,
go
fair enough,
through the
fair enough.
questions, so.
Sorry, I mean to
let's see, Russ.
Well, you were talking about how the different restaurants have all these different applications and tablets set up, and I've got several friends that have that set up, and some of them will do Grubhub, but they won't do Uber Eats because it's just too much going on, and then they have their own delivery. How do you integrate, if they set up through you, through TasteFinders, set up the restaurant profile, how do you integrate their branding and style into the Grubhub's platform, into the Uber Eats platform? Like if they just want to use you as their main source, but still get the Grubhub and the Uber Eats, do they have to go to those and set up their branding in each of those various locations too?
That's correct. Yeah, they have to set up the account first. I'm not able to set it up for them per Grubhub and all these rules. So once they set it up, I can have them integrated into our portal, so that way the orders come into one portal. Okay. But they have to create the account first. Yeah.
So we've got Ken, Michael, Katie. Next.
Does that mean I'm next?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your name's Ken, right?
Ken Portnoy from Toastmasters in Tysons. I used to be a technical geek, so I'm really, really impressed with the functionality of the delivery order consolidation component of your business model. And it seems like a very, very different business than everything else that you're talking about. And I'm curious whether you've looked seriously at that component of your technology base as a separate business model completely, to see whether or not it can stand alone and pay for your kids' college.
Yes. So we have, and actually we are building a domain separate for that from TasteFinder itself. It's going to be like TasteFinder restaurant support. We're building that right now. So it's going to be a different business line, but we are presenting it together as TasteFinder company.
Michael.
Michael Mort. I'm a lawyer, not a sales or marketing guy, as everybody here knows. But I have a simple observation. You said you wanted to get 250 restaurants signed up by the end of the year. If you just back into this, maybe 1 in 4 that you talk to will sign up. That means between the two of you, you're gonna have to talk to 1,000 restaurant owners.
Yes.
And that probably means you're gonna have to talk to 2 or 4 a day. So
yep.
I think you should talk to the sales guy over there, Alan Anderson, to find out how you can better your chances that out of 1 in 4, so you don't have to talk to 4 restaurants a day.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, we're not salespeople either, so
Right.
appreciate the advice.
Yeah, definitely.
If you gotta sell that many restaurants, and they're the ones you have to sell, I mean, you can't just send them an email and expect them to sign up.
No,
Maybe
yeah.
you can do that virally with customers, but restaurant owners, you're gonna have to invest some time in knowing how to sell to them, and I guess you're the ones that are gonna do it, you're not gonna hire someone.
Okay, so.
Is it me? Hi, Katie Nelson, Sales Uprising. And I do think that you should talk to Alan. I just want to say, I want to give a counterpoint to what Tony said regarding purchasing SEO. If you have access to Facebook groups already, right, so from organic things that you're already doing, and when you see, where do I find, where's the best deal, do you guys know where the best miso soup is? Have you currently said, so hey, TasteFinders, right? Go take a look at this app. Especially if you have a relationship with Andrew.
Right.
Like, we're all really into food in that group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So is there a reason why you haven't put it out there?
Yeah, because we are just finishing up the putting the icons for like Grubhub and DoorDash. So we're finishing that up now. And then we want to get the data for Fairfax, Leesburg, Loudoun, and we had DC and Arlington areas, so we want to get the data in there too, just to make sure it's complete before I say something and they download it and they're like, well, we don't have Leesburg here, so just, it's not, I want it to be useful enough in the data in this area before I speak up. And I will do that starting May 1st, that's our target date to fully go live and start getting the word out there.
Okay. Another way that people online really like to engage is, if you're just, to follow up on that, is just set the expectation, right? You guys are new. You're the only group that I'm doing this in. I would love it if you came in, when we're talking about referrals, that group loves to talk about food and restaurants. Right?
Oh my God, yes.
That's what they do all day, every day. I mean, down to the nitty gritty of it.
Yes.
So if you set the expectation that this is something that you're creating for their community, in essence, the restaurant owners that they love, all of that, you may be able to get a little bit of uplift from their support.
Yeah. And actually, a funny thing, there was a big post about Greek Unique, and I went and talked to them, and I got a coupon from them too. Basically, they're like, yeah, we saw a huge number spike in sales. So like activities like that, and of course putting the coupons and talking about the coupons in the app will actually, and the group will actually boost up the downloads and things like that too.
So perhaps even if your point is perhaps if you're not ready yet, just set the expectations. And
Yeah, just
let
say,
them know.
look guys, I started in DC, hadn't found you, totally looking to beef up Loudon.
Right.
Right? Tell me about all your favorites.
Got it. So actually, we've got Jen and you.
For onboarding, when you were talking about scraping data for restaurants, is it similar to Yelp in that you have to claim your restaurant? So if you scrape data and you pull in Amphora, does that mean you call Amphora and say, or send them an email and say, hey, you're already on our app, all we need you to do is claim your profile and you're ready to go? Like, is it that easy, or how easy can you make it for a restaurant to get on board?
It's that easy. We have that information. So basically, for a restaurant coming in, if we have all the data already, all you have to do is sign with your email, and well, we have.
You send when we do the web component. All you do has to do is, like, for example, claim. And then in our backend, we can say, okay, this restaurant wants to claim restaurant. We verify the phone number, call them. That takes a little bit of legwork. And then after that, they'll be able to claim their restaurants and manage them all. And that's free.
Everything in the backend, yeah.
So I might think of, one, how to push that out, but two, if you guys did a restaurant award, like top restaurants, you know, because Washingtonian and blah, blah, blah does that. If you did like a $10,000 award for the top restaurant, make sure your restaurant's in here, make sure you're getting reviews, right, whatever. Whichever restaurant has the most positive reviews, the most orders, engagement, coupons, whatever. But I think there could be a really cool way to get people to onboard, get customers to nominate if there was a financial benefit. And it'd be a lot cheaper to pay 10 grand to get a lot of people to join by the end of the year. Let's say you do the award in November or whatever, or leading up to Restaurant Week. So just a thought.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
Gresham Markless, Blue 16 Media. I was gonna say too that not even just Facebook groups, but like using local influencers. So that's podcasts, blogs, can really be big as far as tapping into them and tapping into their network. And people that in the reach that they have might be a really good opportunity. Speaking to the PR, and then to kind of entice them as well too, and the people that are listening, people are really big into like first movers advantage. So they want to be the first ones to try something. They want to be the first restaurant. They want to be the first people to download it. So I would try to entice people that, hey, we're getting started, but this is what you get, and this is, you know, into perpetuity, and that you can have this agreement or whatever that is, because a lot of people like to be the first to do something and be the first to know, and they could be the first one to put it in a Facebook group or something like that too.
Okay, yeah, definitely would love to talk more about, you know, getting to those bloggers and how to find the right podcasts and things like that. So we're working through that. If you have more info, I'd really love to. Yeah.
So there's a guy at Blue 16 that's a blogger.
Yeah, I'm a blogger and
podcaster.
So.
There you go. just warned out.
Thank you.
You just walked right in. There you go.
Okay, we're getting down to the last couple questions. We've got Tony and Don.
Okay, so a lot of suggestions have been about, you know, you working out and going out and doing something. I don't know how many people have actually logged into the app like I have and signed in and everything else. One of the things you need to add to the app is something that that Katie pointed to, which is referral.
Right.
What you do is that when someone goes into the app, logs in, and you captured their email address, you now have that registered. Add another page or add another section of referral onto the app. So that person can then share that app with their friends on Facebook, or share by email to their friends. It's called infectious marketing. What happens is then, if those people sign up, from a referral that came from that person's email, that person gets points onto the app, okay? Those points go to whatever you want to create, bonuses, rewards, or whatever, or acknowledgements, okay? One of the things that a friend of mine did, who was not too dissimilar from this, was a marketing app for restaurants, was that people who achieved at least 10 or more points got invited to special parties or special events, which was no extra cost for the developer or for the restaurant, but was an incentive for the person to send out, you know, invitations to go load the app and upload the app. Gamers have been doing this for years. It's something that you guys can sit down and add that extra page or that extra background page onto the app, and then just sit there and promote that to the existing people who sign up, because you do have push notifications enabled on the app. Send them out a thing saying, hey, today, for today only, if you sign up, you know, if you have 10 friends sign up, you know, we'll give you, 15 points towards, a restaurant of your choice, or a, upcoming party, or even silly enough, a t-shirt.
Got it.
And just to get nitpicky really quick, I don't know if it would be called referral or invite, right? Online,
Invite,
what
yeah.
you see is invite.
Yep.
So same
Yeah,
thing.
so, Deb, and then we'll turn it back over to RNC.
Just a quick idea that might help on both sides, the diner and the restaurant. Sometimes restaurants are reluctant to give coupons because they're afraid of how much it's going to cost them.
Right.
Could you think about partnering with restaurants to subsidize coupons? So come in and coffee's pretty cheap, right? So get a free coffee with the purchase of X, and you partner with the restaurant such that you defray some of the cost of the coupon that they're going to have to give up. And that way you're driving people to their business, but you're also driving people to your app because they're getting this coupon.
Right.
So it just might be a way to think about partnering with restaurants.
Absolutely.
Good. And our final question.
Gentlemen, thank you for presenting today.
Absolutely.
Our final question is this: how can 1 million cups support you in your business?
We're really at this point, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for the advice. We're really, again, looking for great feedback and advice from everyone in this room, and maybe if you have great connections or someone that can help us, again, get our word out there, but not only that, but how we can really grow our grassroots marketing around this location. Because even though, like you guys probably know, I think we built a really great solution, but we are not really strong in sales, or really our network is very limited. So we're really looking for feedback from great folks like you to really help us out, and to let us know how we can improve.
And like I said earlier, those goals that we set, we understand they're a bit aggressive, and meeting those goals is what we're looking for. And before all of that, your opinion, does this solve a problem for you? Would you use it? Is there a value proposition for you? And that's a question that I have for you actually today. And I would look for some feedback on that. Does it solve a problem for you? Is that unique enough that you keep this app downloaded in your phone, so whenever you go, you get to use it?
Maybe.
So,
Yes.
Yes.
I for one will tell you right now, I tried to find who has fish and chips in the area. You don't have enough restaurants yet. There's only one place that had it. So but I'd like to present you, gentlemen, with our 1 million cups honorary cup for presenting today.
Thank you.
You will be online. Starting later today, you'll be online, so you'll be able to do the presentation yourself and share it with others. Absolutely. So you can get additional feedback. Remember, everyone, to put your contact information in as we collect the cards, so that you'll have that as a resource as well.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to go ahead and photograph them, so you will also be able to access them online.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
So thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you again.
All right.
Thank you for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.